Specials. What are specials? Well, we could say that specials are something that most of the top players of this game have as of today. But you may be wondering what exactly they do and what the different ones do and how they can help in battle or other situations. So I'm MedzOnTIB, and that is what we're going to be talking about today. So let's look at the special ones. Special ones? No, I mean sorry, special items. There you go. So here you can see there's a long list of specials that you can see. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 specials that are currently on the list. However, not all of these specials are out as of today, which is the 1st of August 2013. The ones which we are going to be talking about today, briefly because there are so many of them, are the ones that I know of, obviously, are the Advanced Construct, Advanced Electronics, Advanced Munition, Advanced Propulsion, Advanced Shields, Alien Hunters not out, Battle Rams not out, Bounty Hunters not out, Deflector, Grappling Hook, Nova Device, Prospector, Scout, Tank, Technician, and Tractor Beam. The weird alien artifact is out, but I'm not exactly sure what they do. I might put that in the description if I'm able to find out what exactly it does, because I don't want to be given the wrong information like I have in one of my previous videos, but I'm not going to say what that mistake was. So anyway, let's look down the list. So let's open up all these links actually. So So first on the list is the Advanced Construct. Now, before we get into these specials, the only way to actually gain specials, like the engines that are apart from Skip Drive, are through redeeming them with what are called reward points. So basically, the game rewards you for buying black dollars with real money and by deconstructing items which you may find useless, and so on. And so they give you reward points, and you're able to redeem stuff with those. As all of the specials can only be redeemed with reward points or be traded, so they're not droppable. Is that a word? Droppable? Oh, I don't know. I'll say how much they cost to redeem as well. So anyway, let's look at the Advanced Construct, since that is on our list first. So here you can see the Advanced Construct adds 2 equip points and 3 resource capacity and 90 hull capacity, and that is just the common one. As you go down the list, as you go up rarity, you will notice that most of the time the resource capacity and hull capacity increase, but not so much the equip points, until you hit Precursor. At Precursor, the equip point also increases, and at Ultimate, the number of equip points increases again. So it goes from 2 equip points, 3 resource capacity, and 90 hull capacity added, of course. From common, well, I'm not sure how you can get common really, but oh well. All the way down to Ultimate, which you gain 4 equip points, 21 resource capacity, and 630 hull capacity. Now, to redeem an Advanced Construct, what you have to do is type in the chat box :reward space Advanced Construct. And I haven't done it myself, but there are other people who have. And you will gain an uncommon one. So the good thing about that is that you can increase the rarity all you like, because with common one you can't do anything. One thing to point out about specials is that they are restricted to their ship class. So what that means is that if you had, say for example, an uncommon Advanced Construct that was for a despoiler, so it's a despoiler class ships, something like this, then you would not be able to equip it if you had an Executioner or a Weird Terminus or whatever, any other ship that is not what it says on that item. In order to do that, you have to either rank up or rank down, which is, I have to admit, a little bit costly. So you have to make sure that if you are buying one from another player, you have to make sure that you're getting one for the right ship that you want. The worst thing that can happen is that you have is that you buy a special for something like, I don't know, 3 or 4 mil, which is quite a lot of money, and it turns out it was for the wrong ship, and it cost a lot to rank it up or rank it down, depending on where the rank it is and what ship you have. But anyways, another thing to note is that every special as of now does not use any number of equip points. Doesn't matter how bad or good they are, they do not use any equip points. Likewise, the engines and the computers. So, to redeem going back to redeeming the advanced construct, in order to redeem it, you need to type the right command, of course, and it will cost you 75 reward points. So, if you don't have that many reward points, it won't let you redeem it, and you won't be able to get it at all. And also, you'll gain it as an uncommon rarity, if I haven't said that already. So, next one is the advanced electronics. So here you can see it adds 1.5 critical chance, 3... Actually, let's forget about common, because you're not really going to use a common one. Let's look at the uncommon one. 3 critical chance, 6% critical damage, 3 hit chance, and 6 critical resist. So, as you can see, it goes all the way down to ultimate, adding equip points as well, even though it doesn't add any when you have the uncommon rarity version, whatever, of it, all the way down to ultimate, which adds 2 equip points, 10.5 critical chance, 21% critical damage, 10.5 hit chance, and 21 critical resist. Once again, not using any equip points, and since it is an advanced special, it requires 75 reward points to redeem. 75? Yeah, I'm just thinking if that's right. The next advanced one on our list is the advanced munitions. So, the uncommon rarity of it, if that is the right thing to say, adds 12% critical damage, 4 splash chance, and 2% damage. If we go all the way down to the ultimate, once again it adds 2 equip points, adds 42% critical damage, adds 14 splash chance, and 7% damage. Personally, I wouldn't use it. Other people might have different opinions, but oh well. It's just something about it I don't like. I'm not exactly sure why. The next thing is the advanced propulsion. Once again, costing 75 reward points to redeem, and it speeds up your ship by reducing the amount of time you have to wait between jumps by a little bit. As you can see, minus 0.1 second every rarity you go up. So it's a little bit, but not that. Yeah, not that much, but it's something. Anyways, it also adds evasion, stun chance, and grapple chance. All the way down to 49 stun resist, 49 grapple chance, grapple resist. Did I say grapple chance earlier? Sorry, I meant resist. 7 evasion, and actually wait 0.7 seconds less for every jump that you make with your ship. Yeah, with your ship. And also it doesn't add any equip points like the others did earlier. So there you go. The next one is the advanced shields. So judging by the name, you could probably guess it's something defensive. And that it is. All you can see really here are resists. So, the uncommon one takes away 2% damage reduction, adds 4 stun resist, adds 4 grapple resist, 4 critical resist, and 4 splash resist. And all the way down to ultimate, take away 7% damage reduction, 14 stun resist, 14 grapple resist, 14 critical resist, and 14 splash resist. If I did have advanced shields, instead of my very nice tractor beam, So where is it? Here. And then you would see my damage reduction would be minus 13%. Because I have my carbide, which already takes away damage reduction. This ship outfitter thing is a nice thing to play with if you're just exploring items before you're buying them. So, so there you go. Anyways, the next thing you can see looks slightly different from the picture. Well, a lot actually, but something called the Deflector. So you can see it deflects something, obviously from its name. But what exactly does it deflect? So no matter what rarity it is, it will deflect stun. So if I did have my pretty tractor beam and I was going against someone who, I think that's a bug, I know why it says at 7.8 seconds. If I did have my, which I do, my very nice legendary tractor beam, and I went against someone who had a deflector, I'd be pretty much screwed. Why? Because I'd be pretty much stunning myself. As you can see here, it says stun deflected back at attackers. So, based on the stun system that we have now, every time I stun someone, I would do 8 seconds of stun. Yeah, I'll stun someone for 8 seconds, so for 8 seconds they wouldn't be able to move or be able to attack. However, if someone had deflector, then that would happen to me as well. So I'm pretty much done for if I did end up having a battle with someone with a deflector. Now, why would you want to increase rarity if you already deflect stun? Well, as you can see here, the percentage of damage deflected back at attackers increases by 3% for every rarity. So, what that means is that, say for example, there you go. Say for example, I had a legendary deflector, and someone attacked me 100 damage. At the same time they're attacking me 100 damage, I would attack them 15 damage, because that's 15% of what they attacked. Now, one quite common misconception about deflectors is that they absorb damage. So if someone done 100 damage on me, then it would be 85 instead if I had the legendary deflector. That's not how it works. It doesn't absorb damage, it just simply deflects it. Kinda like a mirror. Imagine you had a flashlight or torch, whatever you call them, and you shined it at a mirror. You'd still be shining it at a mirror, but it would deflect back at you. It's the same kind of concept. The enemy would be attacking you the same as they normally would if you didn't have a deflector, unless they had some somehow with a tractor beam or whatever other item. And then at the same time they attack you, you deflect some of that damage back to them, as if you were the mirror. Also the other thing that is added is grapple resist, but it's not that much compared to what, well, no, that's the wrong thing to say actually. What you should look for is the most important stats that are the deflect, stun, and the and the deflected damage. I don't know if I said that right, but oh well. Okay, so next thing is the grappling hook. What does a grappling hook do? Well, as you can see here, grappling hook adds grapple chance. So for every for every rarity, it adds 7 grapple chance. Sorry, that's the wrong word to say. Grapple chance. For every rarity you go up, it adds 7. If I said that right. And it also adds grapple resist. Now, the very nice thing about grappling hooks is that if you do manage to grapple someone, you get to pull them away to somewhere, whatever sector you like. So, say for example, I was on a sector and I saw an enemy. This works on NPCs as well. And I grappled them. You'll see that the box will have a yellow background instead of a normal blackish greyish color. You'll notice when playing in the game, when doing fleet battles or whatever. In the future, if you're watching this video and you don't know much about this stuff, but whatever. So if I grappled someone, basically, if I moved east, for example, then that person would be forced to move east as well. not at their own choice, they'll move at the same time as well. Yeah. However, the catch with it is that instead of having to wait their usual jump time to jump back, they only have to wait like 2.5 seconds, I think, or something like that, and then they can jump back. So that is one reason why you shouldn't have. If you are trying to kill someone, not just someone who's grappling, you probably want someone who will stun and make them not move as well. So it's kind of like these two things that are useful, like, together, I guess. Yeah. I'll talk more when we go to the tractor beam and talk about it. Next thing is the Nova device. Now, what does this do? Damage killers for 50% of their max hull, immune to Nova device damage at 4% if it's uncommon. One thing I forgot to mention is that, where is it? The Deflector costs 50 reward points to redeem. The Grappling hook also costs 50 reward points, and yeah, that's it. The Nova device also costs 50 reward points to redeem. So it's actually not that clear what it says on the description. Damage killers for 55% of their max hull. Basically what this does is that when you die, now you will kill, sorry, not kill, you will do damage to other enemy ships. What's the word I'm looking for? Relative to what their maximum hull is. So what I mean by relative is that, as you can see here, damage killers for 55% of their max hull. So wherever their maximum hull is, you will do 55% damage to that person, and pretty much, if they're an enemy of course, and pretty much every other enemy that is on that sector. So as an example, if someone had 10k hull, just to make this simpler really, and I had a uncommon Nova device, as you can see here, damage killers for 50% of their max hull, and I died, then I would do 5,000 damage to that person who had 10k hull. However, if there was someone else who had 1,000 hull, then I would only do 500 damage to them, because 50% of their max hull, 1,000, is 500, and so is relative to their max hull, as I've already said. Next one is the Prospector. Prospector doesn't really add any combat useful bonuses. It's more like a farming tool, I guess. So let's have a look. Uncommon one adds 10% chance to 10% chance to not deplete asteroids. What that means is that if you had an asteroid, there is a certain chance that you will not deplete it. How should I word it? So, if there was a small asteroid and you harvest it, 90% of the time it will disappear and go away like any other asteroid would. But 10% of the time, nothing will not nothing will happen. It just won't disappear, or it won't shrink if it's quite large. So from very large, it wouldn't go to large. Sorry, wrong wording. There's 10%. It wouldn't go from very large to large if you did see a very large asteroid. However, 90% of the time it would. The next thing you can see is here 10% chance of resource bonus from kills. So you may get a certain chance of getting extra resource bonuses. So yeah, that's quite self-explanatory what that means. And also the, as you can see here, 2 times experience bonus from harvesting. So depending on what rarity you'll get, the bonuses will be much better. As you can see, the ultimate one has 30% chance to not deplete asteroids, 35% chance of resource bonus from kills, and 10 times experience bonus from harvesting. Because you add, sorry, not add, you get a certain amount of XP for harvesting asteroids and stuff like that. Personally, I don't use it, but you can if you want to. So the next thing is Scout, which again costs 50 reward points to repair. As you can see here, it says detects moving ships nearby and reveals stealth movement cooldown. Sorry, not cooldown. Direction. To To put it to like simple terms, think of it as a portable scanner in a sense. You equip it and you can see other ships that don't have stealth drives equipped. However, if there is a person with a stealth drive equipped, then in order to see them, you must have a scout which is of higher rarity than their stealth drive. If it's the same, then you won't be able to see them. If the scout is higher, then you will be able to see them. If it's lower, then obviously you can't see them again. So, for example, if I had a rare scout and someone was around and they were using an enemy, and they were using a rare stealth drive, I wouldn't be able to see them. However, if their stealth drive was uncommon, or my scout was ultra rare, then I would be able to see them. And the other bonus is the minus number of seconds movement cooldown, which you know what that is, because I have pretty much said what it is a lot of times, but oh well. So yeah, that is why you would want higher rarity scouts, because then you can see more people who have stealths. Because, well, generally, there tend to be more people with lower lower rarity stealths than higher, because obviously they cost more, so there are a few people who have higher ones. Obviously. Next one is the tank. What does the tank do? Now, as you can guess from its name, it sort of adds hull in a sense. But the drawback to it is that you have to sacrifice some of your damage in order to do that. So, if we just redeemed an uncommon tank, which cost 16 reward points to redeem, I think that is, I'm not exactly sure, then any damage that you intake, is that right? Is that a word? Yeah. Any damage that is dealt to you will be absorbed by this tank. So as you can see here, minus 52% damage reduction. So if I had a tank by itself, forget about the other equipment, and someone would have normally attacked me 100, then the tank would take away 52% of that, and so they would only attack me 48 instead of the 100. However, if I'd done 100 damage on them, then you'll notice here this minus 75% damage means that I'll do 75% damage less to them. So instead of the normal 100, I will do 25 damage to them. So that's one drawback of, well, that's the drawback of having a tank. However, if you look at the higher rarities, you'll notice that the damage reduction is actually higher than the negative damage. So it might actually be a good idea to be going around with a tank on. But the tank itself has different purposes based on different tactics used for different situations. Mostly used for garrison busting, but whatever. Yeah, mostly used for garrison busting because of how the system works currently. Other than that, I'm not exactly sure what else they're used for, but oh well, let's go on to the next one. Next one is the technician. You'll see this one also takes away any damage that you do. However, it adds metal hull repair. Now, why is that a good thing, and why would someone by themselves want added metal hull repair with such bad damage taken, if that is the right word to say? Well, the thing about the technician special is that it tends to be a teamwork kind of special that you would use. So, if you're in the fleet, most of the time what would happen, whether it's an invasion, if you're garrison busting, or you're just doing fleet player-v-player combat, then usually what would happen is that since the person who has the technician equipped can heal more efficiently themselves and everyone else, what tends to be the case is that that person tends to have a much higher storage than everyone else, so that it's like easier to make sure that you don't run out of metals. What tends to happen is that everyone passes their metals to someone who is called the tech, hence the name technician, and so that person would heal everyone else because they heal more efficiently than someone who is by themselves. And so the metals in a sense last longer, and also that means that you are less likely to die whatever the situation is. But yeah, like I said, this doesn't tend to be used for soloing. Well, not just doesn't tend, it's not ever used for soloing because of the negative damage that is taken because of that. And this technician costs, I think it's 16 reward points, if I can remember. I have to check on that. If I'm wrong, I'll put a annotation saying it's 50 reward points instead, or I'll put it in the description. And then you have the final one, which is actually quite powerful, called the tractor beam. What does this do, this tractor beam? Now, you've heard of UFOs, what they are. You heard tractor beams that like lift humans or abduct animals or whatever from the ground and bring them up to their spaceship or whatever. This is slightly different. What a tractor beam does is that its main purpose is to stun the person that you are attacking. What that means is that if you are stunning someone, say for example I stunned them 8 seconds, since I have a legendary tractor beam and a screamer, then what would happen is that they wouldn't be able to move for 8 seconds, nor would they able to attack for 8 seconds until that stun time runs out. They can't do anything really, apart from doing stuff in their own sector, with the exception of attacking, obviously. Now, as you can see, having an increased rarity of this item, it is much better than lower rarities. So, let's compare it actually. 8 stun chance, 2.5 seconds stun duration. Compare that to the ultimate, which is 23 stun chance, 6.25 seconds added duration. Think about it. It would be pretty nice to quarter of the time stun someone, so that they almost could not attack or move anywhere. Which is a very nice thing to have. However, a problem with that you might have is if you're trying to kill someone, is that they try to if they try to Corp HQ jump, or if they try to Earth jump, and so they have to wait about 20 more or less seconds to do that. As long as they don't move, then they can do that. However, if they do move, then that timer is cancelled, and so they have to restart that CJ or EJ timer again. That is why, when you are in big fleets, you should usually have someone who has a grappling hook, because that way they're able to grapple at someone in case they in case they try to CJ or EJ their way out. And so you would actually interrupt the timer by moving them to another sector if you have it grappled, and so you can actually carry on stunning them again and repeat the process until that person dies. So I think that's... Oh, by the way, the tractor beam costs 50 reward points to get an uncommon one. Likewise with all the other specials, you'll always get an uncommon special. Doesn't matter how many reward points. The number of reward points will always be the same for each special. Obviously, they cost a difference, but you always get an uncommon one, and one to ship, obviously. That's the end of my video, because we've covered all the specials. I think. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel MedzOnTIB and hit that like button if you liked that video and found it interesting or whatever. And if you have anything you want to say about this video, or want to make any suggestions, or have any questions about the game, please comment underneath this video, and I'll see you next time. Happy tibbing.